children. Today I am going to continue yesterday's lesson of 10th standard, that is banking transactions. So today I am going to tell you about the banking transactions, banks and post office. How the banks and post office are related to each other. Any sort of activity involving in money, means any money transaction involving in money exchange of money in an account is known as bank transaction. Means anything which is in terms of money business is called as bank transaction. So second part we are going is bank loan. What is the bank loan? Here you know that the customers, the banks keep the money of the customers in the bank in the form of deposit, and that money thus collected in the bank is lent to the customers who need money as loan. So that money is given to the customers as loan, and this loan is called as bank loan. Means the customers deposit the money in the bank to save it, and that saving money is collected by the bank and it is given to the customers who are in need, and that in need of money, the customers who they are giving as loan, these loans are called as bank loan. Next we are going is bank lend money or collect interest on loans. So whoever the loans are given, the bank is collecting the interest, and that interest which the bank is getting, that they are going to give to the customer as the interest who has deposited the money in the bank. So who has deposited the money in the bank, for them the money interest is given from where? From the loan where the interest is collected by the bank. So bank invests the customer's money in national and international business to increase their funds. So not only in national as well as the international business, they collect the money to increase their fund. So this is about the bank transaction and the link between the bank and the post office. So I'll go further. So here all the bank transactions which is done in India is controlled by whom? There is one main bank which controls all the banks, that is the Reserve Bank of India, or we even call it as RBI, or we call it as Mother's Bank, or we call it as Bankers Bank, or the Central Bank of India. So the Reserve Bank of India, RBI, has got many names, that is Mother's Bank, Bankers Bank, and also Central Bank of India. Today we have state bank groups. Means in state bank we have got many groups. What are those groups called as? We have got 20 nationalized banks, 21 private banks and 45 foreign banks. Keep it in mind, children. Today in the state bank group of India we have got 20 nationalized banks, 21 private banks and 45 foreign banks, where the banks keep the money of the customers and give for the in the need as a loan. The network of bank consists of, so the total network consists of 8,600 total network is there in the bank branches. Means total network from one bank to other bank, the link is there, that is 8,600. They are rural, regional, government and private banks. So there are different 8,600 network banking. In that which all comes, children? Rural comes, the regional comes, the government comes, and also the private bank comes. The recent development in banking industry is the inclusion of the post office. Means the development, the inclusion means the post office also wants to do the same steps or follow the same steps how the banks are doing. So how they do it? Inclusion. The Indian Post Office Development is planning to start a bank in a tentatively is called as Postal Bank of India. So they have wanted to do the money matter business, the post office. So tentatively they are going to start, that is the Postal Bank of India. With the network post office, nowadays you can see everywhere in all over the India you can see the post office. There are many post office in India. So 90% are around where? Semi-urban and rural areas. So 90% of post office you can see in semi-urban and in rural areas. So various services are rendered by the post office. What are the different services rendered by the post office, like savings banks, issue of national savings certificate, Kisan Vikas Patra, monthly recurring deposit, postal life insurance, pension payment and money transfer. So all these are done even by the bank. So the same forms are followed by the post offices. Postal department is promoting a capital of how much? 1000 crore for the bank transaction. So they are following 1000 crore for the bank transaction. So this is about the connection between the banking and the post office. So did you all understand, children? So Mother Bank of India, that is the Reserve Bank of India, Mother's Bank, Bankers Bank, Central Bank of India, and how many nationalized banks we have got? We have got 20 nationalized banks, 21 private banks and 45 foreign banks. So network total consists of how many branches? 8,600 branches. You find it in rural, regional, government and even in private banks are found. And you know that the industries is inclusion with the post office connected, that is the postal planning department. To start a bank tentatively is called as Post Bank of India. So 90% are around semi-urban and rural areas, and there are different facilities in post office issuing national saving, postal saving, Kisan Vikas Patra, monthly recurring deposit, postal life insurance, pension payment, money transfers, all these are done in the post office. So it is promoting the capital of how much? 1000 crore for the bank transaction. So postal department is promoting 1000 crore for the bank transactions. Now we are moving on to types of banks. We have got different types of banks. They are specialized in different types of or different ways in different activities. What are they? Central Bank of India, that is Reserve Bank of India, Commercial Bank, Industrial Development Bank. We have got even Land Development Bank, Indigenous Bank. Indigenous Bank means where money lenders or saukars give the money. They are called as Indigenous Bank. And the next one is Cooperative Bank. The next we have got is, now after this we are going to types of bank account. So we have got totally 4 types of bank account. That is savings bank account, current bank account, recurring deposit account and the term or fixed deposit account. The first one is what? The savings bank account. This account, where this type of account is generally opened by all of them. Most of them can open this account. Like the salary people who are getting salary, who has got certain amount to be deposited every month or any time. The students can have the pension, the pensioners, the senior citizens, all these can open this bank account, that is the savings bank account. So the salary person, anyone who wants to save the money, students, pensioners, the senior citizens, all these people can open the bank account. So this facility is given to encourage the people to start to pool up their savings, to save their savings. So this is given to all of them, that is the savings bank account. So no restrictions are made. You can put any amount of money in the bank and you can withdraw whenever you need, either by the withdrawal slip or by the check. You can withdraw the money from the bank, that is the savings bank account. And this is available in respective in all the banks. You can find this savings bank account in all the banks. So this is the first one. The second one, the current bank account. This account is opened only by the businessmen. Why, children? Because the businessmen, they have got lot of money. So they invest lot of money which they have got as a profit or for the salary sake, for their workers. They put a lot of money in the bank and at the same time they withdraw the money. The large amount of money is withdrawn either immediately or any time. So any time they can invest the money in the bank and they can number of time, and this current account is only eligible or only kept for business people, and for this they won't get any interest for the business people. They won't get any interest for this bank account what they have kept it in the bank. Why? Because instead they collect the service charges or the bank charges for this account, because they don't keep money for the longer time. They keep the money whenever they want, they take it. It is lump sum, means it is useful only for the business. It won't be so profitable for the bank. So they bank charges them the service tax charges, or the bank charges are charged by the bankers for the sake of current account, which is opened only by the business people. Next we have got is recurring deposit. These deposit accounts are generally opened for the purpose to save the money for the future. Recurring means you can put any amount of money. It can be every day you can put some money in the bank, monthly you can put, or after few months, 6 months. It depends. Whenever you want, you can invest your money in the bank, or you can save your money in the bank. It is not necessary that certain amount you have to invest or you have to save in the bank. It is for the future requirement of the people. So this account is available, or they can be used for any purpose, means monthly basis, I told, daily basis, or even hourly or any time. Means this recurring deposit is what? For the future need of the people. Future need means they save the money in such a way that whenever they want, it can be for any of the reasons of for their sake of children, for themselves, or for when they are growing old, for any reason they can save the money. So for the wedding of their children, for the sake of to buy the houses, to buy the car loan, so this amount is required. So this recurring deposit is open, and the interest is repaid with when the amount is withdrawn, the interest is paid with the amount which is collected after the recurring deposit term is over. The next one we have got is the term fixed deposit, or term deposit or fixed deposit amount. Here the type of account is open for a fixed period by depositing a particular amount of money. A particular amount of money is kept, means not every day you can put the money. Either you can keep for a year, or 6 months, or 5 years, or 10 years. So this is the recurring term deposit amount. So this deposit amount cannot be withdrawn before the expiry date, and here the rate of interest also is more. For the recurring deposit, the rate of interest also is more comparing to the other bank account. So anyone can keep any amount of money. When the term is over, they can withdraw, and the rate of interest is more depending on the amount what you have deposited in the bank. So this is about the types of account. That is, first is savings account, first one, second is current account, third is recurring deposit, fourth is term deposit or fixed deposit. Okay children. Okay, now we are going to the next topic, that is procedure to open a bank account. I will be writing here how to open a procedure. So everyone is saving the money in the bank. You all know for what reason they are saving in the money for the bank? For various reasons, for their future or for their need, or just to collect the money, to keep it in safer way, they collect and save the money in the bank. So here now in the procedure of the bank, so it is the need, the hour of the day is that everyone should save the money, not only the elders or the senior citizens or the salary people, even students can save the money, and they can pull up their money in the bank, and this is the right way to save, because in return they get interest, their money will be saved, and whenever they are in need, they can bank transactions you can do anytime, any moment. So now when you have to open a bank account, if you want to open a bank account, what are the certain steps? You won't just dear family, if you are a student, as a child, first you will talk to your parents or your friends who have already opened the account, and you will find out the advantages of opening the bank account. There should be advantages for opening the bank account, and you will find which bank is closer and where it is the banking system is very good, which is run in the good term. So all these steps. So here also to open a bank account you require certain procedure. So the first one is decide. You have to decide. Decide the type of account. Decide the type of account which you want to open. Okay, as I told in the earlier time, that decide the type of account which you want to open means there are 4 types of bank account. As I told you earlier, that is the saving bank account. Current is not possible for you. There is a term deposit and also there is a recurring deposit. So in this you can open any account. But for students it is knowledgeable or it is good to open the savings account. So first you decide which bank you want to go or which account you want to open and where you are going to open. And in that also you have got different banks. So first you decide the type of account which you want to open. Account, okay, savings account, recurring or anything. Okay, the second one is approach the bank. Approach the bank of your choice. And meet its office. So now here, now you after you decide which account you are going to open, okay? After that you have to approach the bank. You have to go to the bank. Bank won't come to you, or you won't get any details of the bank what you want. You have to go and inquire in the bank and find out what are the what is the format, how you have to start, and what are the different steps to be followed, what are the requirements needed. All that you have to meet. Go to the bank of your choice. Which there are many banks, I told you. There is Karnataka Bank, Corporation Bank, Syndicate Bank, and so any bank, whichever bank you want, you can go and meet the officer and find out what are the requirements, what are things you need to open the bank account. Third one, what is the third one for children? Third is fill up the bank account. Account form or proposal form. Okay, now here the bank officer or any of the manager, anyone, whomever you go and approach in the bank, they will tell you, they will give you one form and they will tell you what all things you have to fill in the form, in the bank account form, or it is called as proposal form. Proposal means which you are going to start an account in the bank. So this is called either a bank account form or a proposal form. What are the requirements, the signature, the specimen person, or your photographs, your Aadhaar card. There are many things. So everything, your first and foremost is your name, your address, your date of birth. All these are very important. So all that, so fill up the bank account form or proposal form. The fourth one is give reference. For opening your bank account. Give reference to open. Reference is what, children? Now somebody will be in the bank who has already got his this thing, who has already got his account in the bank. His bank account is existing in that particular bank where you are going to open the account. So that person, so you have to give that person's reference who is already account is existing in the bank, or it can be any of the bank members whom you know. So the reference is important for opening your bank account, to say that I know this so and so person. So that way that specimen person, the person who is referred, who is being referred but to you, is to be known very well. So that is called as give reference for opening your bank account. The next one is fifth point. Submit the bank account. Form duly filled. Okay, now after the reference is given, now everything is over. You have filled the form. So now you have to submit the bank account to the bank, which is duly filled with all the details. And you shouldn't leave any form blank. Whatever is asked, whatever is told, you have to do accordingly and fill the form according to the format what is given in the form. So submit the bank account form duly filled. So after filling it, you have to go and hand over that form in the bank. The sixth one is the officer will verify. All the particular submission. Now here, the officer will verify all the particulars. Once you go and hand over the form in the bank, what does the officer do? He sees whatever you have given is right to the knowledge, whether the details what you have filled is whether it is true or false, whether what the other person also they are going to find out all the details, whether the address, whether your name, whether your date of birth, whether the Aadhaar card number is there, whether the photos are stick, whether the specimen signature is done. So all these details will be checked by the officer, verified by the officer, and the particulars are later submitted for the next proposal. The last point is initial deposit. After this proposal form is submitted, initial deposit has to be done. Means you can start your bank account by either you can give 500 rupees or 1000 according to the bank's account how it is. It's for students, for elders. So what amount has to be given and how to open. You open a bank account is a must. So the initial deposit is made and your bank account later on will be opened. So this is about the different procedure what you have to follow to open the bank account. Okay, so once the initial deposit is made, everything you'll get. You'll get your checkbook, you'll get your passbook, you'll get your withdrawal slip. So later on in future, if you require your card, ATM card, so all this will be given to you only once the initial deposit is made. Your checkbook, withdrawal, all that will be given. So now after this, the next one I'm going to go is about the advantages of opening a bank account. What are the advantages of opening the bank account? There are many advantages. The first one is bank account facilitates the custody of money. Custody means your money is safe in the bank. It is kept safely, and whenever you need it, you require, you can withdraw your money. The second is bank's account helps in making payment. So it also helps you in making payment. Payment means it comes sometimes, even it comes door to door, house to house to come and collect the money. It comes to collect your money. Bank account holders can get advances and loans. If you want loans, if you have got money in your bank, whenever you need a loan, you will be getting loan, or whenever you want money in advance, you will be given money in advance. And banks will be also helping to give the smooth financial transaction, and bank holders can get the safe deposit locker. So there is a smooth transaction. You don't have any problem in the banking system. Also, you are getting the safe locker. Safe lockers means whatever your valuables, your papers, whatever you want to keep, there is a locker, your jewelry. So everything you can keep it in the bank, which is safe, and whenever you want it, you can take it or you can use it. So this is all about the different types of bank transactions. So I hope you like this lesson, children. So please see the video and understand more better. Thank you, children.